Hi, ladies. It is Ciara Exantus, author, singer, motivator, and woman of many extraordinary things. I'm also the founder of Women of Worth 365, where women are worthy all day, every day. And I am actually right here in my backyard. Let my dog run around a little bit, so you'll probably see her, zipping through the back um, at some point. Well, actually, she's laying down right now, so I don't know. She's kind of cooling. But anyway, as promised, I wanted to come at you with another edition of Worthy Woman Weekly. And this week's edition is just piggybacking off of last week's edition, as I promised you a part two of Worthy, his version versus yours. And we were talking about, I hope you can hear me over my neighbor there doing their lawn, but we were talking about his version, as in God's version, versus ours, and whether the two are, closely in alignment. I always believe that, you're never going to love yourself as much as God loves you. I mean, he created you. So you can only imagine how much he loves you and how much goodness that he wants for you. However, I do believe that we should really be striving every single day to match that love that he has for us with the way that we see ourselves and our own value. So last week, if you want to go ahead and go back and watch part one, it's a little cray cray, but it was good and the information was worthy of your attention. So if you want to go and watch that, but part two, when I'm talking about his worth versus yours, worthy his version versus yours, I'm actually talking about yo man, honey, your boo, your guy thing, your boo thing. And how does he see your worth and your value? And does it line up with the way that you see your worth and your value? And it's so important, I believe, in relationships that the guy that we are with either matches or exceeds how we see our worth, because that's ultimately going to determine our happiness in our relationships. Because if we are not valued, or we do not consider ourselves very valued, or if we don't feel very valued by the man in our life, then that may cause some friction in a relationship. There she goes. Probably just seen her in the back. Dominique knows she worded the child. She just zipped through here. Do Wow 360. We're gonna do Wow 365 doggy edition. But anyway, no. How does this week's whole idea is just to kind of look at your relationship, if you're in a relationship or if you're dating, and if you see somebody considers going getting real serious with someone, just kind of evaluating, does your worth actually the way you see yourself, is it reflected in how they treat you as well? And you might be like, well, how do I know if they value me? How do I know if they see me as worthy? Well, how do you feel in your relationship? Do you feel valued? There's a start. And if you don't, identify why not. What is it about you or the relationship or the dynamics of the relationship that is causing you to not feel valued, or not feel, the worth that you feel yourself to exude and bring to the table in a relationship? And once you identify that, do not be afraid to talk with, your significant other about that. Maybe it's something as simple as, I feel that I'm worthy, but I don't really see that my worth is reflected in our relationship, because you come home very, very late every night, and I don't like that, and I don't think that that is appropriate, because I feel like I'm worthy of a man that respects me enough to come home at a decent hour. And you might need to have that conversation. Another example could be, let me see, because I'm kind of doing this one off the cuff. Another example could be, do you feel that they treat you with respect in public? How do they treat you in public? Do you feel that you're disrespected in public? Do you feel that they, when they're around people, that they still treat you the same way behind closed doors as they do behind closed doors? Or do you feel like they treat you different when you're in public? Like they're all lovey-dovey. Oh, you're my girl, you're my boo, you're my this, you're my wifey, or whatever, behind closed doors. But when you get in public, they're like, oh, this is my home girl. Really? Your home girl? So I don't know. I'm just giving an example. But the whole point is evaluate your version of your worth and see, if your version of your worth is in alignment with the way your man sees you. Because ultimately it should be in alignment. Okay. They should be right here. And if it's up here, then it need to be climbing up here. I'm sorry. Need to be climbing. But yeah, that is just the whole idea of Worthy Woman Weekly this week. Evaluate the way you see your worth versus the way your man sees your worth, how you feel. Make a list of the things that you feel worthy of. And if you don't feel that you're getting that in your relationship, it could be time to address it with your boo thing. Okay? All right. Well, I am going to be signing off. I'm going to try to go get it in at the gym shot. Try to go get it in. You see my shirt? Choose greatness. Actually, this is my husband's shirt. But, what's his is mine and what's mine is mine. So, no, I'm just kidding. What's his is mine and what's mine is his. So, anyway, choose greatness this week. And I hope you enjoyed this edition. I'll be signing off. Talk to you later.